Let's be real for a second. Whether you're running a critical background check, tracing some family genealogy, or you're right in the middle of navigating a lawsuit, having quick, reliable access to court records is absolutely vital. But if you're setting out to look up records in Winnebago County, you might be on the verge of a seriously frustrating and honestly pretty expensive mistake. Welcome to this explainer where we're going to show you how to confidently navigate these systems like an absolute pro.
Picture this. You urgently need to pull up a civil lawsuit. So you hop online, you type Winnebago County court records into your search bar, you pay a non-refundable fee on the very first official-looking site that pops up, and nothing. Zip. Zero results. Why? Well, you just fell headfirst into what we like to call the tri-state trap. Because believe it or not, there are actually 3 entirely separate Winnebago counties in the U.S. We're talking Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa. If you don't know exactly which one you need before you start clicking, you're setting yourself up for a massive headache.
To save you all that time and money, here is our roadmap for today. First, the Winnebago County trap. Then, understanding the court systems, searching court records online, navigating in-person research, interpreting your case data, and finally, resources and legal disclaimer.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the Winnebago County trap, resolving the geographic ambiguity.
Okay, so the absolute most crucial thing to wrap your head around here is that each of these 3 counties operates within an entirely distinct state-level constitutional framework. I mean, they do not share databases, they don't share courthouses, and they definitely don't share the same fee structures. Searching in the wrong jurisdiction isn't just going to delay your research. It's literally going to cost you real money in wasted search and processing fees. You have got to pinpoint your exact target state before you do anything else.
Moving right along to Section 2. Understanding the court systems, mapping the territory.
So depending on where your subject actually lives, here is where you'll be looking. If your case is in Illinois, you're dealing with the 17th Judicial Circuit down in Rockford. Over in Wisconsin, you're looking at the 4th Judicial District in Oshkosh. And if your subject happens to be in Iowa, well, you're navigating the 2nd Judicial District in Forest City. Think of these 3 locations as the ultimate compass for the rest of your research journey.
All right, Section 3. Searching court records online, the digital solution.
Because we're dealing with 3 different states, we're obviously dealing with 3 completely different websites. If you're doing your search in Wisconsin, you're going to use the WCAPI portal. Locals usually just call it CCAP. It is a fantastic, centralized system that covers all 72 Wisconsin counties. By contrast, Illinois relies on a system called Full Court Enterprise, or FCE, which is specifically for their circuit. In Iowa, they use their own centralized state-level digital environment known as Iowa Courts Online. You have to use the correct portal for your specific state or you're just not going to find what you're looking for.
To make this super practical, here is your universal 3-step digital search method. Step 1, select that correct state portal we just talked about. Step 2, enter your search criteria. This is usually just a first and last name, a specific case number, or maybe a traffic citation number. Oh, and definitely be mindful of spelling variations. Finally, Step 3, filter those results. Courts process thousands and thousands of cases, so narrowing your search down by civil, criminal, or even just by a specific filing year is going to drastically speed up your results. If you follow these exact steps, you'll have a perfectly smooth online search.
Section 4. Navigating in-person research, the physical reality.
Listen, sometimes digital access just doesn't cut it, right? Especially if you need older records or officially certified copies. When you actually visit the physical courthouses, you're going to face some unique logistics. Down in Rockford, Illinois, public terminals are super easy to find right on the first floor. In Forest City, Iowa, you'll want to head straight to Suite 1. But in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, their public terminals are in Room 110. And they have some really strict space constraints. Seriously, only 1 person is allowed per terminal at a time, and they specifically ask you not to bring children or extra guests into that viewing area. Knowing these physical realities before you even leave your house is going to save you a massive headache at the security checkpoint. Oh, and a quick pro tip for Illinois researchers. They actually offer a Kids Place childcare facility in Rockford if you do need to bring your family along.
Let's dig into Section 5, interpreting your case data, making sense of the records.
Think of a case number like a giant treasure map. It's not just a string of random digits. It actually tells the complete story. Look at this Illinois docket number example right here. 2013-TR-099999. It immediately tells you the filing year was 2013. That TR right in the middle, that stands for traffic. And those final digits are just the unique chronological identifier for the court. Understanding this anatomy helps you instantly verify if you're staring at a 10-year-old traffic ticket or a brand new civil lawsuit, just by glancing at the very top of the page.
Now, when you're looking at these dockets, they generally fall into a few main buckets. Civil cases handle things like lawsuits and evictions, criminal handles your felonies and misdemeanors, family handles divorces. But you really need to pay close attention to that last bullet point. While Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa all have incredibly strong public records laws, there are strict limits. Juvenile cases, mental health proceedings, and expunged records are heavily restricted or completely sealed from public view. If you are searching for one of those, you're not going to find it on a public terminal, and the clerks literally cannot legally give it to you without a court order.
And finally, Section 6, Resources and Legal Disclaimer. Tools for Success.
While browsing through records on a public terminal is totally free, actually walking out of the building with a certified piece of paper in your hand is going to cost you. The state legislature sets exact statutory costs, whether that's a flat $100 for filing a petition or really specific per-page fees for transcripts and certifications. You'll find all this outlined clearly in statutory fee schedules, exactly like the one you see here for the Iowa District Court.
So you're always going to have to weigh your budget against your time. Free access is always an option if you are willing to get in the car, drive to the physical courthouses, and use their terminals. But there are paid convenience options too. For example, in Wisconsin, unrepresented parties can pay a one-time $35 fee to opt in to the e-filing system for their specific case, and that gives them full remote access to case documents. You just have to decide for yourself if the drive to Oshkosh, Rockford, or Forest City is worth more or less than those digital convenience fees.
And hey, if you hit a roadblock during your search, please do not panic. The courts actually do want to help you figure this out. Illinois offers an incredible self-help center right inside the Rockford Law Library in room 304. And you can even just email them at askthecourtnav@gmail.com. If you require ADA accommodations, every court has a coordinator. Like the one in Illinois, you can reach at 815-319-4816. Up in Iowa, you can easily reach out to the court administrator's office at 515-574-3756. Don't be afraid to use these resources. They literally exist specifically to help the public navigate these complex systems.
Before we wrap this all up, we do need to clearly state this very important disclaimer. The content in this explainer is intended for informational and educational empowerment only. It absolutely does not constitute legal advice. Court rules and fees change all the time, and every single legal situation is unique. For actual legal assistance or advice on how to handle a specific case, you should always consult a qualified attorney in the appropriate state.
Well, you now know exactly how to avoid the tri-state trap. You know whether you need to head to Rockford, Oshkosh, or Forest City. You know which digital portals to use, and you even know how to decode the dockets once you find them. Armed with all this knowledge, the courts are completely open to you. So the only question left to ask is, what hidden history, vital background check, or critical data are you going to uncover first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy researching.